Hey guys, and welcome back to Misha's Corner. Today I'm going to show you how I make simple Florentine chicken my way, everyone's way, the best way, the most delicious way. So let's get into it. Alright, so these are the ingredients that you'll need. Okay, ignore the stuff in the back. Y'all already know how the countertop does, y'all. So I'm going to season up some chicken breast with the smash seasoning as well as a little bit of the Nashville hot on both sides. You can season your chicken however you want to, but don't be too heavy on the sodium and salt because of the sauce. And, you know, you can use everything else, but just be careful with the salt and sodium because Parmesan cheese is salty. So, you know, you can always add more seasoning at the end if you need to. So now I'm going to sear my chicken breast. As you can see, it's not the super thick ones. Try to get the ones on the thinner side, or you can slice them yourself once you buy your full-grown chicken breast. So now I'm going to flip them over. As you can see, they're not super dark, not super cooked all the way through because that's not what you want. This is going to cook again, so don't cook it don't cook it to death, child. Please, we not resuscitating no chicken over here, okay? Just get some color on the chicken. That's it. Don't worry about if it's cooked or not. That ain't your business. Once you remove the chicken, now we're going to saute down the veggies. Now, you guys know I have a little one, so I'm not using onions, but onions are definitely preferred in this recipe. I'm using scallions because it's easier for me to hide them. Remember, all ingredient measurements will be in my description box, so make sure you check it out if you like this recipe and want to try it. So I sauteed down some scallions, some garlic, and now I'm adding some sun-dried tomatoes and some spinach. Now, usually some people, I know y'all tired of me telling y'all what other people doing, but I prefer to saute the spinach versus just putting it down into the sauce just to get it all, you know, in there with the garlic and give it some extra flavor. Real talk, this recipe was so easy and simple to make. The hardest thing for me was chopping up the scallions, and that's nothing, literally. So I'm going to do a couple turns in the pan with my heavy whipping cream and bring it up to a simmer like I'm doing here. I'm going to mix this up and get it nice and combined. I'm also going to season this with the same 2 spices, just a tad, okay? I'm not going to overdo it, that I used on the chicken. And that will be it for seasoning. Next, I'm going to add my Parmesan cheese. Use the brand or the kind you prefer. I did add more heavy whipping cream because the sauce was a little too thick for me. So I added it. After I get everything nice and mixed up, I tasted the sauce. It was spot on, not salty, not overly seasoned, which is fine and how I like it and prefer it. And I think you should start here first before you throw in. Y'all know who I'm talking to. You the one over there. Put your chicken back in here and let it reduce. It should take about 5 minutes, and then in 5 minutes your chicken breast should be cooked. Chicken breast, to me, in my opinion, is just like fish. The same short amount of time you cook fish should be the same short amount of time you cook thin cut chicken breast. This is not, you know, big heavy duty pieces of chicken. I finished it off with some Parmesan cheese, and this is how it looked. Delicious and so simple. I was done with dinner in like 30 minutes. So let me plate it up and show you guys what it looks like. Also, guys, don't forget, if you want to support my channel, you can give me a like, subscribe, and tell me what you think about my recipe down below. As well as if you try my recipe, just tag me on social media and let me know what you think. I prepared this chicken recipe with mashed potatoes and Brussels sprouts, but you can pair this with whatever pasta, rice, or whatever you prefer. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you for your support, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye!